Welcome to TechbrothersIT. In this video, we are going to learn how to install or create PostgreSQL instance on a GCP. Then we will connect to that instance by using a pgAdmin. I don't have a pgAdmin installed, so I will show you how to install and then connect to the PostgreSQL instance that we will create on GCP. Let's go ahead and create our instance first. So you will go to the console.cloud.google.com and then you're going to go to the navigation menu. Here you're going to find a SQL. Once you click on SQL, then you will end up on this page. Here you have a create instance tab right there, or you can start from here. Here you will see PostgreSQL. There are different versions available: 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9.6. Let's click on PostgreSQL, and here you will provide the instance name. I'm going to go ahead and say TechBrothers Postgres. Okay, that's and I'm going to go actually all the way here. Okay, that's fine. And now we will provide the password. So I'm going to provide the password for that. So this is our default user that we'll use. So you see right there, our username is Postgres. So that's our user, and the password we have just provided. Now here you can select multiple versions what you like. Here you can't really select multiple versions. You will select one version, but what I mean, you have multiple versions to select from. So I'm gonna go with the PostgreSQL 14 here, and then you can tell you want it for production or you want it for development. I'm gonna go with the production because I'm gonna delete this instance after the demo, so I'm fine. Here you see the summary, and whatever the changes we make on the left side, you're gonna see on the right side in the summary. Now in the configuration detail, we can see right there, this is for production and this is for development. So I'm gonna go with the vCPU 4, but I will change that later. Memory 26 GB, storage 100 GB, and you have automatic storage increase enable, and other backup enables, and point in time recovery enable, and maintenance order later. That's how it is set up. But we are going to make those changes. First of all, I'm going to change the region where my PostgreSQL instance will be created. I don't want to create in Iowa. I want to create in South Carolina because my application will be deployed close to the South Carolina, and my users are mostly from this area. So let's keep it into the South Carolina. Now you have two options here. You have single zone and you have multi-zone. If you do single zone, that means if the outage happen in that zone, or my instance have some memory issue or something like that, then my Postgres instance will not be available to me. If I will do multi-zone, that means high availability. So that means that there will be two instances created, one in each zone. And in case of a first zone have some problem, outage and all that, then the standby instance that will be on the secondary zone, and that will be available to me. So then my application will have no problem connecting to the databases and all that. So this is good, but you will be paying double the money for of a single zone. Let's say for single zone you are paying $100. Now with the multi-zone you will be paying $200 because you are going to have two instances, one in zone let's say in East 1B, and the other one will be in East 1C. So but you have a high availability. That's also important for the production systems. Okay, we will go with that one. Now I'm gonna go for more configuration changes, and here I have machine type. So I'm gonna go with custom, and the two vCPUs and memory 3.75. That's fine with me. And storage, I'm gonna go ahead select the SSD, but I will select only 10 GB. Here you can enable automatic storage increase if you want, and in case of you have logs enabled, that's important because if you are making a lot of updates, deletes and all that, that can grow, and maybe you have more databases that can also grow. So you will leave this enable automatic storage increase. Also make sure you keep checking often in cases of your databases grows or logs grow huge, and maybe it's concerning for you because you have to pay the price for that. Anyways, let's leave this. You have option to disable. In case of you disable it and you are running out of storage, then instance will not be available to you. That's also a problem. Now we will go with advanced encryption options here. You have a Google managed encryption key, or you can have a customer managed encryption key. So choose whatever you want. I'm gonna leave with the Google managed encryption key. Let's go to the connection here, and now you have a private IP, or you can go with public. I'm gonna connect to this instance from my local computer, so I have to go with the public IP. I'm gonna add the network, so it will let me connect to this instance from my local computer. So I will say my IP, and this is my IP. I'm gonna copy this IP. You can go to this website, just Google, say what is my IP. It's gonna give you IPv4, and then you just paste that IP. So if you are whitelisting a IP for my Postgres SQL, so it will be able to connect to the instance. You see that you can provide the range here and all that, so you can add multiple networks if you want. Now we will go with the data protection, and here automatic backups available. This will happen between a window. So let's say from 8 a.m. to the 12. So this is a 4-hour window. You can choose any window what you like. Let's say we'll go for evening, and there is no high pressure or transactions happening during that time. So we would like to take the backup at that time. Now if I will go here, you see right there it is asking me, hey, you want to take the backup in multi-region. That's a default, or I can choose single region. If I will leave this multi-region, see that it's closest to my data center where my instance is created. Now I have the option to go to the single region, and then I can choose the let's say South Carolina as well. So keep the backups in the same region. But if you need to keep backups in different region, you can go for that too. Now total number of backups it will keep is 7 days. The max it can keep is 365. If I will try to do 366, it will give me error. So now I know my limit is 365 days. That's the max I can do. I'm gonna go with 7 days anyways. So one backup each day and keep it for 7 days. That's what it means. Now let's go to the advanced close this option, and then we go point in time recovery, and let's click on right here. So if you are doing this, then it means that you want to perform some time, maybe point in time recovery from your logs. And what is the max days that you can keep? 7 is the max you can do. If you will do 8, it will throw you error. So you cannot keep the logs for more than 7 days. So fine, if you accidentally deleted some data and you wanna go ahead and restore point in time, you can have the option. Just to let you know, if point in time recovery does not restore to the instance that you have to create a clone instance, and then maybe write your own SQL queries to take the data and maybe restore to the current instance. But you will have point in time recovery, so you can recover the new clone instance to any time in last 7 days if you have the logs available. Now that's cool. And now what we can do, instance deletion protection. If this is enabled, you cannot delete the instance, but in my case I'm not worried about that. I need to delete, so I'm gonna just uncheck this. For maintenance, you have maintenance window. You can choose Saturday, Sunday and all those kind of days, and then you can also choose the window from there as well, what time you would like to have the maintenance window. Now order for update. So and this is important. If there are 3 options available, you can do order update for any time or later. So later is good for production systems, and if you want to have, this is your test, you want to do it early. So this case, if you read this, earlier timing is useful for the test instances, allowing you to see the effect of your update before it reaches to your production instances. So if you have do earlier, and this is your test, so you will see what updates can bring to this instance, and for production you can leave this to later. Okay, let's do earlier in this case, or actually later, because it's our production, that's what we are considering. Now you can deny maintenance period if you want, and you can provide the data between the range right here. And then you have flags. That's a lot of flags you can add to the Postgres, and it will help you to, depending on, like, let's say you have auto vacuum, and you want to do maybe some other logging, checkpoints, warning, timeout, connections. So there are tons of these flags available for you, and you can select, let's say, default table space, and then you can provide the value here. Now, if I want to type something, maybe log here. So in this case, you have different log statement and the log temp files and all that. So whatever the setting you want to do, you can always provide the value here, and you see that some examples of values are there as well. In my case, I'm not going to add any flag. I'm just going to cancel this one and go with the default. So one of the features available is called Query Insight. You can enable it if you want, and this is going to be slow running queries, and it gain a visibility to the apps that connect to the instance. 7 days of telemetry at no additional cost is kept. So you can go ahead and do it, and then later on, you can dig into it. What queries are running slow, customize query length, and all those kind of features are available here. So you can choose whatever you want from here. So this is different options, you can have it. But let's say we will just go with the default, maybe set the max sample rate. You want to do that 5. I will just suggest you read all these by yourself, and see what is the best for you, and then choose accordingly. Now here you can do the labels if you want. Maybe you are using it for production. You have this as a prior label, and then say Postgres. And here you see that the summary is ready, and we all set now, and simply we can go ahead and create an instance. Our instance is being created here. See you that it is in process of creating, so it's going to take some time, probably maybe take I don't know, sometime 8 minutes or something like that it can take. So meanwhile it is doing that, we are going to go ahead and download pgAdmin and install, so we can connect. So I'm going to go ahead and look for download pgAdmin for Postgres. Okay, so that's the download is available. That's the first one, and we can go for this one, Windows. Okay, let's go for that. And now this is all available. So PG4 version 6.12. So that should do it. And let's click on that, and now let it download. And now it is saying this is a PG64 bit. Yes, let's do that. And now it's downloading. Okay, our software is downloaded, and we can simply double click, and it should start installation. Install for me, install for all users. Okay, install for all users because the other user might be using this computer. Yes, and now it is going to ask us some questions, and then it should go ahead and install. Click next. Okay, I accept. And program file, yes, go ahead. And don't create a start menu. Yeah, I want it created. It's okay. Go ahead and install. It's gonna take probably a couple of minutes to install that. Instance ready as well. Let's say hit finish here. So once you click on this instance, you're gonna see all those details, and here is your CPU utilization. You can take a look on the memory usage, and all other information is available there as well. You want to make changes, you can go to edit, and then you can have all those changes that you can make, maybe more CPUs add or memory and all that. That's available there as well. Now what's happening there? Now next is you can go to the Query Insight for more in-depth info on queries and performance right there. You have the IP that we will use to connect, and here is our configuration, memory and storage. And now all this what you have chosen, that's shown up here. High availability, Query Insight enable, no database flag is set, database label. So all that summary is right here. If you want to go for more details in the logs and all that, you can see right there as well. Or if you want to see on the error logs, you can take a look here. Let's click on all operations here, and see that's what it is going to show you. All the operation has happened. So after creating the instance, a full backup has happened. So let's click on instance, and now what we are going to do, we are going to go ahead and connect to our my Postgres instance by using our pgAdmin. So here set a master password for the pgAdmin. This will use to secure and later unlock say passwords and other credentials. So let's give some password to it. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to go to servers here, and then in the servers we're going to right click and say register server. So now we will provide the name, and I'm going to call it TB PostgreSQL. Okay, so you can create the groups and all those, and then go to connection here and provide the IP here. That's the port Postgres user is fine, and then provide the password. And then I'm going to connect. Save. We are saving the information, and now we are all good here. Our dashboard is here, and you can see that we are connected to the PostgreSQL. So after connecting here to our server, we can go ahead and create a new database if we want database, and we can give the name. So we can say test and then hit save, and let's see, the test database is created, and we are good here. So we have created our test database here, and now let's go ahead and take a look on our portal. Here you see that if we are in the overview, so let me connect here, and then in the overview you are going to see the instance, right? Once you click on the instance, then what you are going to see, you're going to see this all tabs, so primary instance right there. Okay, so here you will see in the overview all those details, whatever the configuration we have chosen, and then we have system insight. That's a new tab. I didn't see a couple of days ago. I was taking a look, but I did not see that. You have query latency, you have database load per database, you have CPU utilization, log entries by severity. So this information is really cool. I haven't seen this before, so looks really good to me, especially when you are running the databases and you want to know the system insight, how exactly is your system behaving. So awesome. And then you have a query insight. So that's for, remember that we enabled it for all those queries. So we want to find out, load database load all queries. So we can top queries and all that can be found it here as well. So you see right there, this is all you can find, average execution time. So this is really helpful. Now you go to connections here, and then you are gonna see some information there. Network, remember that we have added network. You can go for the security and enable SSH, SSL connection and all that. You can do connectivity test from here. And in the users, that's where you're gonna see the user. You can add new user if you want. Right now, it's only Postgres is the built-in user we are using now. You can go to databases, and remember that we have created a test database in pgAdmin now. So if you remember, we created right here. Now let's go back again, and then you have backups. Those are automatic backups, and this was performed when update operation after the enable point in time recovery. So that happened. We can also go ahead and create on-demand backups if we want right now, and we have enabled the automatic backups, and the point in time recovery is also enabled. Replicas, we don't have any read replicas or anything like that right now, but we can always create a read replica. And then you have operation, whatever the operation you have done, such as the instance was created, backup finished. So those you could see right here. Remember that one thing we did, we have created this instance with the single region, and but two zones. So located in East US 1B, that was our primary zone. So in case our zone goes down, or something outage happen and all that, then we can always fail over to the other zone. So the IP, the instance name, and everything stay as it is, and every actually database. So there would be no difference. So entire instance will be exactly the same, but it will fail over to the other zone. So in this case, if it is US East 1B, if I fail over, then it will go to the East 1C. Remember that we have chosen that. So that we can go ahead and do it if you want, and trigger failover. So it take like 2-3 minutes and it will fail over. But while it's failover, we will be able to keep up with the operations most of the time, but there could be slight disconnectivity. So if you notice that while we are failing over, I try to open this query tool, and it's in connection to the server has lost, because it's in the process of failing over between the primary zone to the other one. So right now, let's see if what is the status of it. It's still see trigger failed over, and you can see that instance is being updated. So now it has completed, and now we should see a green tick mark right here. So it took almost a minute to fail over to the different zone. See right there, now the zone has changed, US East 1C. Okay, so that's what it is now, and you can see that in the logs, like, hey, failover happened. If I go back to the pgAdmin and then I'm gonna go ahead and say, create table or something like that. So it should be test and ID integer. So now this is we can go ahead and run it. And table created. If you want to insert the values and all that, you can go ahead and insert. But we can also go back. Actually, let's go back here. And now we have schemas, and under the schemas we have tables. So let me find the tables here, right here, and you have a single table right there. Okay, that's cool. And now we can go back here, and we can see our instance is in US East 1C, and this will just running fine, no problem at all, and it has failed over. So I thank you for watching, and I hope this demo will help you to create your PostgreSQL instance on GCP, and then help you to connect by using pgAdmin. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.